of Kings.
We're starting now, page 199, the gate of joy. Elishama, Babakasha.
One must trust to the King of Kings, who rules over all. Blessed be He, and He will bring in the days of salvation to Israel. And He will re-establish Jerusalem and rebuild the temple in His days. And His stress should not be directed towards living in great tranquility, which would prevail in those days, and to eating good fruit and drinking fine wines, but rather towards the opportunity for divine service. For in those days Hashem will remove the evil inclination from the heart of His people, and all young and old will know Hashem.
So what does that mean? It sounds great. There'll be no Yetzirah, no evil inclination, nothing. So what really the Rabbi would try to tell us here? If you want to join the club, now it's the time. Because later on you won't be able to. It's going to be too late. There's no evil inclination. You didn't gain any.
You get nothing, no rewards.
Not only reward, but you can't join. You have to earn it.
Right.
You didn't earn it.
Right.
There's no point. Right now, when we struggle between evil and good inclination, this is the time to join to Orthodox Jews, to Torah, to mitzvot, to Hashem's club. Either you're a Jew or a non-Jew, a Gentile. When everything will be revealed before you, you know who is the real Messiah, Mashiach, right? Not Yeshua, not Jesus, not all these names that we don't know, because Hashem covered that from us. If Hashem wanted to tell us, He will tell us. And by the way, the Rambam says this is not the most important thing. In the book of Melachim, I think in chapter 11, he says that clearly. It's not the most. We work, we serve Hashem, we study, we fulfill Torah and mitzvot, and one day Hashem will send the Mashiach. Whether we know who is this guy or we don't know, it doesn't matter. It should not stop you from doing mitzvot. Right? Don't focus on that. This is not the main focus. Alright? So, if Hashem already revealed so much before you, there's Mashiach there, there's no evil inclination, there's no troubles, no war. Why do you think you'll get a ticket to join? Now, when it's hard, when it's confusing, when you see billions of people that don't believe in the Torah, and they live in such a, they have such a great life, and you envy them. This is wrong. Okay. Because if you truly believe in Hashem and His Torah, you don't look at all at these people. Should not be any interest in their life. Because those who are now following Torah Mitzvah, they consider the eyes of God as wicked. Go ahead.
And there will be no deterrent, neither plague, nor famine, nor war, nor preoccupation, but all will be free, and all will achieve great heights in the knowledge of the blessed Creator. And in those days knowledge will increase, as it is written in Yeshayahu 11:9. For the earth will be filled with the knowledge of Hashem as the waters cover the sea.
Right. If the knowledge of Hashem is full, it's all over. It's not a challenge, and you can only get reward if you earn it. Okay. So now, all of us, Baruch Hashem, we are in a good club because we're making efforts. It's late at night. Everybody after a long day of working, sitting together and studying Torah. That's what Hashem wants. Okay. This can't get any better than that. During Shi'ur, when we have Shi'ur class, Torah class, is the times we fulfill the mitzvah. It's a time that you can stop for a second and ask from Hashem for all your needs. Right at the conclusion of a class, a Torah class, you can ask from Hashem for a good health and nachat from the children and for everything you need. The power of the mitzvah is so great. You are close to God. Don't miss this opportunity. Next part.
Number 8, reward in the world to come. In the world to come there is infinite, unfathomable pleasure. The mouth cannot describe the beauty of the world, nor can the eye see the radiance of the glory of the righteous. There is no eating and drinking there, and one should not think, if there is no eating or drinking there, the pleasures what pleasures can be there?
How we understand pleasure? How we understand pleasure? Usually it's a physical pleasure. eating, drinking, having a nice trip outside, playing sport, whatever. It's all physical. But you should know, and I give you an example. There is a spiritual pleasure. For example, when you get knowledge, when you study something, you have a question, it's bothering you. You get the answers. Right. This. Wow. How do you feel? This is the neshama feels good. Right. When you smell, you have a good smell, a good fragrance that you enjoy. The neshama enjoy from it. Okay. Things you see is the neshama. The soul sees. This is a spiritual elevation. Let's put it that way. I'm going to give you an example. The people of Israel walking in the desert, the very first day, God providing them with manna, with man. It's the best food ever. Your body consume it 100%. There is no waste. Today what we eat, 95, 97%, it's a waste. The manna, 100%. They don't go to the restroom. The body absorbs it 100%. It's the most healthiest food on earth. Wow. It's good or bad? Good. We wish to have something like that. Even Moshe, Hashem is Moshe with Aaron, to put it in the jar for the generation to see the great food, the great miracle. Fine. Now, yet, the people complained about it. Bilti el haman einenu, all we see all day, it's the manna. Venafshenu katza, balechem akelokel, and our soul is had enough from this rotten, spoiled food. And you ask yourself, how is it possible to say such a thing? Even if you complain, at least you need to make sense. It doesn't make sense what you're saying.
They exaggerate.
I mean, it's spoiled food. You see it all the time. What's wrong about it? And you are a dor de'ah, you are a generation that received Torah, you saw so much miracles, and you even complain about the food that God provides you from Shamayim. I wish you could give us to us in this generation. There's more behind it. What's behind it? They say in the pasuk, if you read it carefully, Bilti el aman einenu. It's just what we see all day is the man. And what's the problem? The problem is as follows. What beracha, when they have the man, they should say? When we eat fruit, borei pri ha'etz, from the tree. Vegetable, from ground.
You couldn't say blessing.
Meat, shakol. What is this? What kind of food is this? What kind of bracha we would say?
Who knows?
Well, it wouldn't be...
So it's lechem, it's called bread, right?
Yeah.
So I cannot say hamotzi lechem mina. They bring it from the ground.
Yeah.
It's from Shamayim. So what bracha they said?
From Shamayim.
Say hamotzi lechem mi Shamayim.
Wow.
But before they knew that, they were bothered by it. Why? Because they said, everything that Hashem gives us, there's a beracha over it.
Right.
So the body enjoys the food.
Yeah.
He gets his benefit. Right. The soul gets from the beracha before and after. Yeah. So I have a coffee. I need to feed the neshama. How do I feed the neshama? The soul? With blessing. Baruch atam shehakol niya bidvaro. Neshama gets its share. A drink, the body gets. And when I finish, not for hot coffee, but any other food, I shall do bracha after. The Neshama gets his share, they'll both feed it perfect. Here, we just eat. There's no bracha. The Neshama feel empty. This is why they use the word v'nafshenu katza, and our soul is bothered, is feel that this is incomplete. There's something missing here. They didn't complain about the food was great, but they felt that something is missing. And then Moshe told them, you guys, you know what? There's a beracha for it. The beracha is, hamotzi lechem mina shamayim. God provided us food from heaven, and now they ate and drank, and they felt great about it. I mean, they had food right there. If they want to eat meat, they had sheep, goats, cows, whatever. Yeah. Vegetables, they could go leave the camp and buy from nations around them that provide them 40 years for that. People come and sold them. Vegetables, cucumbers, tomatoes, fruits, whatever, no problems. So, they knew the beracha for that food. What bothered them is for the manna. And now they know They felt it's a complete mitzvah. They eat and they say thank you to Hashem with the blessing, set up a blessing. So you see always, what's the point here? Is people mistakenly think that this world, it's all about the physical pleasure. And this is the greatest mistake one can make in this world. He actually wasted his time. People think about what kind of a house I live and what kind of a car and the job and the bank and the money. It's all temporary. You're feeding a temporary body for 70 years, 80 years, 90 years, that's it. But what about the internal neshama? It's forever. What do you feed your neshama with? Only with Torah learning, blessing, kindness, things that neshama can get benefit out of it. The body is just a vessel to hold the neshama. So yes, you need to maintain this vessel. You need to take care of it. You need to eat, you need to drink, you may enjoy your life. It's fine, but your focus should not be on these physical things. You see, the great rabbis, the great scholars, for them, this physical, Rabbi Ovadia Yosef, you know what year he has his driver's license? What age? Usually it's 18, 20 years old. What age he got his driver's license?
I don't even, do you get one?
Never!
Oh.
Why? Because it's not important. It's a waste of time. I study yeshiva instead of studying the laws or whatever. I study another halacha, another Torah. You think he had a lack of a ride? People fought over who's taking him when. Whenever you want to go, you could go. Even in the car you were sitting, you think he knew what car it is? Is it Mercedes, Rolls Royce, or I don't know, Volkswagen, or Fiat? Who cares? Because the rabbis, our teachers, were focusing on the spiritual life. And this is the point here. And the messianic days, in order to get to the messianic days, to be there, to survive, and to see Mashiach, I need to earn it. Gentile, 7 universal laws. A Jew, Torah, and the 613. You do that, you're unsafe. Hashem said, don't worry, I'll watch your back. But don't sit down and eat all day and think how much money you're going to make more. And most people usually give an excuse to him and say, I have to make money so I can make more tzedakah. You're really giving more tzedakah? You're really doing it for the sake of mitzvah? I don't know. It's between you and God. It's between you and your Creator. Who are you fooling here? People, even when they're already making beracha, they want to feed the soul, they don't do the beracha, the blessing properly. They don't stop 1 second to study, to learn what is the proper way to say beracha, she'akol nihiya bidvaro. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz, not to attach letters and words together just to do it. It's called mitzvat anashim melumada. You put it on automatic pilot and boom, you do all the kiddush. That's the way you treat Hashem and His mitzvot. He'll pay you the same way, measure for measure. So remember, the spiritual is way important than the physical. Physical is also important. There's a lot of mitzvot for the physical. To do. All the Torah is full with to do. But to do is to elevate the neshama. Because making the mitzvot makes you a better person, make you a greater Jew, a better Jew. Every mitzvah makes you a better Jew. Comprende? Okay? 3 more minutes.
You must understand and know that just as the fish cannot know the pleasure of the bird that flies in the air, and the bird cannot know the pleasure of the fish that swims in the sea, their natures being diverse, the bird dying in water and fish dying on dry land, so he who is in the world, his soul enmeshes with his body.
Okay, let's stop here. Let me explain this part. Why the rabbi here brings the notion with a fish and a bird? What's the idea behind it? It's to explain to you that this is a different zone. it's a place you want to be able to understand. Like the fish knows what's under the water, and the birds know what's up. They don't know. It's a different lifestyle.
Different world.
It's a different world completely. So don't try to understand and waste your time. What's going to be in the Messianic day? Who's going to be the Mashiach? You know that Mashiach is supposed to come. It's going to be great. No, yet that's it. Stop here. Now, prepare yourself for the Messianic days. It's like you want to go. You go to a race, marathon, whatever, and then what's going to be the prize? Who is going to give the trophy? How many participants? You're wasting hours to calculate and think who's going to do what. In the meantime, the race started, and you behind it didn't even start. You're not there. You should know there's a great trophy. Run. That's it. Keep it simple. You cannot understand ever and ever things that are beyond your world. It's not. I will conclude with a story, about the Rambam. Rambam, Maimonides, he used to be a doctor for kings. One of them was the king of Egypt, and of course, in order to get this job, the king has to remove his many years doctor before him, and they didn't like this idea that not only that they have to be removed from their position, this king more consult with a new doctor, and this doctor is a Jew. So it's a problem that always talked against them. One day they decided they want to trick the Rambam, so they study his teachings, and they noticed that one thing he said, for example, is a blind person, when he born blind, there's no way you can fix it. If someone got blind during his lifetime, there's a chance to fix it. Now they wanted to prove that he's wrong, mock him, make fun of him, so he'll be kicked out from his position, saying we're going to prove that a blind from birth can be healed. So what they did, they went to a far village. They took an actor, they planned it for long, long weeks, give him good money, and they planned the day to show this great experiment with the special herbs and mixed, drops, that only they know. You can fix, it's rare, but you still can do that. In order to break the Rambam's theory, teachings, and philosophy. Okay, so they said that before the Rambam, so the Maimonides was still insist. This story is like 1,000 years ago, 1,000 plus years ago, and the big day came. Everybody gathered to see what's going to happen, and this actor is there, and he had bandages over his eyes. They put the herbs, and for a long hour they put drops. He was interviewed before and during and after. Yes, I born in this village. This is the name of my parents. These are people that know me and they testify about me. I born blind, never saw a day in my life, and so forth. So I can't see anything. I have to go with escort, and so forth and so on. After a long hour, he was healed. All of a sudden, you see a light, and you see, hey, what is this? Now I can see, and he can walk among. They put people so he can walk around them without banging in them. Wow, it was amazing. People fainted. There is a salvation. Our doctor is so great. There's no need for the Rambam. Now the Rambam needs to prove his theory. So everybody look at the Rambam. What do you have to say? You see that his eyesight were fixed. I said, that's fine. I want to ask just one question. One question? Go ahead. So he went on a stage, and he took out from his pocket a handkerchief and a red color, and he says, just you tell me, you just started to say, yeah, from today. Just tell me, if you can see, so tell me what color is this? So it's easy, it's red. So how do you know it's red? You don't know colors. Yeah. And this is easily, the Rambam were able to prove that this guy is
a phony.
Phony baloney. Crooks. Why I brought this story? Imagine to yourself a blind we are blind toward versus the next world. We don't know. It's like a blind trying to find what color is this? You don't know. You were not there. How do we know? When we know? When we'll be there. The Torah gives you the tool, what to do in order to be there. Don't waste your time trying to understand what's there, because it's a waste of time. Hashem don't want you to know. If He wanted, He will give us all the information needed, including the name of the Mashiach clearly. Not hinted, His name is Emmanuel, God is with us. No. What's His name? Give me His name. Not hinted. Didn't. Should be Mashiach, will be Mashiach. Yeah. But we just need to earn our place there. That's the deal. On behalf of Ohev Israel Foundation, I want to thank you everybody for participating in this class. God bless you. See you B'ezrat Hashem next week to continue more and more great things from our beautiful Torah. Have a Chodesh Tov, and Shavua Tov.